Hey guys!
Howdy!
What's up and welcome back to the Roomies Digest. My name's Christine.
I'm Monique.
And today we are going to give you guys something reminiscent of a TBR. Some would call it.
You know, updating you guys.
On what's going on this month.
Yeah, it's like our State of the Union.
Yeah.
You know?
Our State of the Union.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a lot of goals that we haven't told literally anyone on the internet.
And that's
but we
okay.
have, you know,
we told each other.
Conferred.
With each other.
And we are holding ourselves accountable. I think we're doing a pretty good job so far.
I know. I'm looking forward to my Sunday reset tonight.
A Sunday reset? Oh, tell me more about that. You're doing a Sunday reset these days?
Yeah, you just get your life together.
On Sundays?
Now, yeah, and then usually, you know, you're supposed to like probably do a midweek one, but I haven't added that into my schedule.
Look, we're starting small, okay? And we're building, compounding, some could say, onto that, right? Which you guys already knew. We talked about that already.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're hitting our goals. We're doing great, sweetie. And yeah, so that's
why we're here.
That's why we're here. This is I guess like a new thing that we're trying on our channel.
We used to do it like seasonally, but now we are back to monthly. Right. So it's not really new. We're not calling it a TBR.
Yeah, it's not a TBR. Because, like, will we get to these books?
I think so.
You know, I'm hoping so. I'm feeling good. I got to all the books I wanted to last month.
I don't actually know what I'm reading in this exact moment.
Exactly, which is why this is a monthly update. Because it's not just going to focus on the books that we want to get to.
Yeah, like you might say something and it might really like, oh, change. I did say I wanted to read that.
Correct.
And so we'll see what we end up with at the end of this.
Right.
You guys are actually going to hold me accountable because I don't really, I know what I'm reading. I have 4 books here that I'm going to get to
That's great.
Month. But I have no
time.
And those are all because
a concept. Yeah. So this is something we're trying, and
we've done this before. It's not a try.
I know, but like
we
are. I know. I love to label things.
Yeah, you
it's
really
my
do.
Virgo moon, okay, and you love to just be a free willy nilly. Well, guess what? This is a great combination of both those things because we can talk about what we want to do, right? And also, what I was trying to get to, besides the book thing, are our book clubs, our events coming up this month, and everything to do with our channel.
Yes.
Us online. Okay, that's what I was trying to get to. It's not just about books anymore. Just kidding, it always is. Yeah. But yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna stop talking for the rest of this video.
Okay.
Bum, bum, da 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 da, bum, bum, da.
Well, Christine's gonna be reading some books. A lot of them are on the list I wrote down, so I'll start with that list. We're all in the same book clubs except for 2. So maybe Christine will talk about that book when it comes to it. But for our...
I kind of love that we all do stuff together all the time. I know that's annoying. Like, I know you love to be an individual and not homogenous with other people, but...
I never said that.
Like, you see how close I'm sitting to Monique right now?
To what you said.
Do you see our arms?
Why is everything... I nodded.
That was me sitting second.
If you put it back in slow motion.
Okay, Monique sat like this first, and then I sat down beside her. If she had sat down second, we'd be like this.
No, we wouldn't. Because you would have been like, scoot in. That's what you say. Don't you do it. You weren't even supposed to be talking, so you can go ahead. Go for it.
There's no need to be rude.
I'm not being rude. You said you were going to talk for the rest of the video.
And you believe that?
I won't talk for the rest of the video. How about that?
Nice. I like to see that I'm still a winner in 2024.
I decided to give up on my oath of silence.
Anyway, okay, let's get into it.
Well, we're in a book club that you guys may know called, Classic Literature.
We are in that one.
And I may have derailed the group last month, but I read a phenomenal book called Book of Azrael.
First of all.
By Amber V. Nicole.
Okay.
Wonderful fantasy.
Okay.
And there was some smut in there. There was, because I got to it. I did get to it. Because I, and along with Amanda, finished the book for January. But, you know, I did pick a hefty novel. Novels using a light term, you know, it's supposed to be add to the, to the comedy.
I loved that book.
Oh, you finished it?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't talk about it.
We haven't. We haven't even done our wrap-up yet.
Anyway, apparently the Roomies Digest and Amanda finished Book of Azrael. I'm
a finisher, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I had a great time. I was having a great time. I know why some people in our group didn't like it, but those are the exact reasons I did like it. So
yeah, it was a slow burn, but the payout was very nice, and it was spicy when it got to the point. And it wasn't, you know, repetitive spice. You know, after a while, the smut scenes, because we read a lot
sometimes, yeah, sometimes when we read a classic literature book.
You have to write in the character having relations with this one and this one, and then, like, why not we, and then later it's got to be together.
It's just,
specifically with the reverse harem trope.
Yes, it is. I will say, personally, I like to spend a lot of time with somebody and then develop a relationship, which is why slow burns a lot of times work for me.
You know, that might be
right? And it's the same with why insta love doesn't work for me. Okay, because there's no relationship, you know what I mean? So, like, it is hard.
I would say I enjoy it. I just don't like it when it feels like they have to make it, you know what I mean? When there's no chemistry
extra spicy there the whole time with every single person.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. And when it feels forced.
Yeah.
Anyway, we went on a tangent there. The point is, I picked a book that was a slow burn, and my month is over, and it's now Amanda's turn to get us back on track. So we're reading a lovely book, I think, because, you know, Amanda picked some pretty fun ones. But no, she said this one was insane. She said this one was crazier than Haunting of Adeline, or whatever her name is.
Adeline.
And
here's the book description.
Thank you. It's called Better Run by Alina May. When she said that, I gasped, but not because of excitement, more so because of fear. Because this is like, I think it might be a serial killer. Let's see. Jaden, she becomes my obsession. I hate her for it. I took her for another reason. Here we go. That's only the first two sentences. But now I don't think I'll let her go.
Okay.
Here we go. Cole Jaden brought us home a pretty murderous little plaything.
It's reverse harem, isn't it?
Mary Jo, I'm kidnapped by two... Oh, this is her POV now.
Mary Jo, I'm kidnapped
by two twisted, dangerous, and hungry men. I don't know. It's not that much. It's not... I guess it is serial harem, but it's not really. I'm kidnapped by two twisted, dangerous, hungry men. I don't know any of the rules to this effed up game, and I'm forced to play. I know I'm not allowed to run. I can't read right now. Okay, I know I'm not allowed to run. I've never been good at following the rules.
Ooh.
And there's some stuff, and it said this is not suitable for anybody under the age of 18, so let that be clear.
Okay.
Let that be clear. This is for grown-ups.
That is going to be so fun. That's going to be literally the funnest time.
I can't wait to see our reactions to this book. It's giving me Whispers in the Dark. And that was a wild time.
A lot of books give me Whispers in the Dark now that I've read that one crazy book.
Yeah. So, Better Run by Alina May. It's going to be held on Ginger Snaps Reads channel. I wanted to say Amanda.
I was like, say that any weirder. Ginger Snaps Reads.
I wanted to say Amanda, and I was like, why is Amanda coming out so long? And I realized I was calling the channel name. So it's going to be on Amanda's channel, Ginger Snap Reads. Information down below.
Nice. Okay, well, speaking of Amanda, you guys know we've got 24 and 24 this year. Also, it's a series continuation that we're trying to get through this year. So my goal is to read 2 books from both of those lists this next month. And like I said, speaking of Amanda, I'll be reading Amanda's 24 and 24 rec, which, you know, escapes me the name of it because I took a screenshot. Heathens. Twisted Heathens. Wow. Been working on my memory game, okay? It's paying off a little bit. Okay, Twisted Heathens by J. Rose. This was the one where I read to you guys and it says where bad girls come to die. Murderer, unhinged, remorseless, insane. This girl is essentially in Blackwood Institute, which is a purgatory for the dangerous and disturbed. To sum it up, it's essentially a reverse harem contemporary romance set in a mental health institution. It contains a lot of dark, triggering content referencing to self-harm. It's part of a trilogy, ends in a cliffhanger. So it's gonna be so interesting in honor of Amanda picking our classic literature book this month. So I won't be reading just one reverse harem, I'll be reading 2.
That sounds fun.
I mean, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Next up for our book clubs, we are bringing back.
Oh boy.
Bringing back our
revamping
movie night book club.
Yeah.
We used to do this book club once a month, and we start picking books that weren't the most fun to read. I think I fell off around American Psycho.
That's exactly when I fell off too.
Because I hated that book.
It was so bad.
And I have been wanting to watch the movie, but I never did because I didn't even like the book. So I was like, what's the point? I mean, I know Christian Bale, iconic character.
Yeah.
But, so, yes, American Psycho took me out of the runnings. And so we were like, we really like the concept of this book club. So we're like, we have to keep it going.
Right.
So we're doing it.
Quarterly?
It's not quarterly. I guess it is. It's whatever threes is. It's quarterly by 4 months. So it's 3 times a year. Semi-annually.
No, because it's like bi-quarter. What's thirds? It's triannually.
Triannually.
Okay. Number 2. I'm using my brain this year, guys. Wow.
3 times a year.
I know, but I'm saying like I had to think through what it would be called.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Triannually.
Usually I don't try at all.
We're doing it triannually, and our book for.
Okay, so the concept is once every 4 months, we will have a movie night at the end of the 4 months. So for these first 4 months, up until the end of April, we're going to be reading
Argyle by Ellie Conway.
Ellie Conway.
There's some lot, this has been a popularized book. Lots of people are saying this could be the pen name of Taylor Swift.
Whoa.
Who is Ellie Conway, And I didn't really know that much about it. I thought, Christine was like, let's watch this movie. And it turned out the movie is going to be a book. The character in the movie is the author. So I was intrigued by that. I like a good spy movie.
I feel like this is a good one to start off on.
Yeah.
This is all the things that you like, you know?
The movie's coming out soon. I think February.
I think the movie's coming out in February. So
we are going to watch it April 21st.
Yeah.
That is when we're going to have our
movie night
and book night discussion on Teleparty.
You can tell we're still like trying to iron out the details for movie night.
But yeah, that's when we're going to have a discussion and watch the movie. All on Teleparty probably. And we hope to see you guys there.
Yeah.
We'll be in the Discord.
Yeah.
Where we could talk about the book.
We're reviving it. We'll talk about it once a month in our monthly updates to remind you guys if you want to be a part of Movie Night Book Club. It's not going to be hosted on Fable like it was in years past. It will strictly be a discussion while we're reading the book in Discord, and then we'll also have the movie discussion and the Teleparty chat while we're watching the movie, all on the 21st, okay? So that's gonna be the new way of doing our book club. If it's successful, triannually, maybe we'll do it quarterly next year. We just kind of want to ease back into things like we've been saying from the beginning of this year, and we feel like this is something we can definitely do, keep up with. Low stakes, low stress, high yield, high reward.
I know.
Okay?
But hopefully good books and good movies.
Yeah.
If anything, we'll have a fun time critiquing.
Yeah, we
some
definitely
bodies of
will.
work. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I love movie night book club.
Me too, and I feel like our next 2 picks are a lot of fun too. Movies that we've wanted to get to, books that we've wanted to get to. So this is a great segue into bringing Movie Night Book Club back. The next book that I want to talk about, I'll just go ahead and go off of the 24 and 24 picks. I am going to be reading Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. This was a 24 and 24 rec from Kat, from the Magic Cat. And she essentially was part of Battle of the Books last year, was supposed to give me a cozy rec, didn't give me a cozy rec, all good, no big deal, but she was like, this is my redemption round, like you will love this book. So I'm excited because it's, if we don't know what it's about, really quick, it's about Emily Wilde, who is a professor. She's cataloging these fairies, goes into the forest, essentially meets this guy who is a rival of sorts, maybe perhaps falls in love. Okay, I love a cozy, cool time. I know I've gotten this rep on the internet that I don't like cozy fantasy because of that one, that one book that I read last year. Yeah,
you didn't like that, and everyone liked that.
I know, and
you might not like cozy fantasy.
I really think I'm glad you said that. You set me up there for an ace. You set me up for an alley-ooped me, okay, for this slam dunk of I am actually working on a cozy fantasy vlog this month.
Whoa.
I know, it's crazy. So I have a few cozy fantasy books picked out, reading them in the month of February, and I will finally you know, reveal, am I a cozy fantasy reader or not? Okay, because I truly think that I like all types of fantasy. There are just some books I don't like, especially if they're pitched the wrong way, right? So we'll see in the vlog. That's gonna be something I'm working on. But of course, the Emily Wilde will be one of the books in that vlog. It is a cozy fantasy. So we'll see.
I like it.
See where the wind takes us.
Now we're moving into our Patreon book clubs. Me and Christine both host separate book clubs in Patreon, and we read different things. I focus mine on reading different genres, different types of books. But the thing is, we are baking. And we are making, you know, food based off the book or the theme of the book. And Christine does fantasy.
Mine is a fantasy sci-fi book club. So we basically do sprints throughout the month. Sometimes we have author talks, sometimes we don't. But then we kind of just discuss it as we're reading it. We don't have like a set live date like Monique does at the end of the month. Ours is pretty chill. And then we talk about it in Discord usually. So it's a fun time. It's a fun time.
Yeah. So for this past time, we read From Scratch by Timby Locke. It was a memoir. I think our first memoir we read for the book club. We ended up making Italian food. There are a lot of recipes in the back of her book. We make a recipe at the end of the month from the book. This month, however, we are doing a sci-fi short story collection. Our patron Angie, if you're watching, hey Angie, she found it because we decided that we wanted to make bread this month.
Everything's coming together.
Christine thinks that
Keep going, bud.
everything's around Christine. Alley-oop it, assistant. Anyway, we wanted to make bread this month, so we are going to read The Bread We Eat in Dreams by Catherine M. Valente or Valent. We have an ancient epic set in a far-flung future, an intimate autobiography of an evolving AI, and the title story is the history of a New England town and an outcast of a demon and how they are irrevocably linked. It's 35 pieces collected. It's an extraordinary blend of styles and genres. It goes from noir to Native American myth, folklore, and final frontier. So it's a lot of different things going on in this book. I'm excited. We're gonna be making bread. That's all I want to say. We're making bread. Making bread.
I love that. I love that. Kind of dipping into the Patreon content, like as you mentioned it, the bread thing. The reason why I'm saying that is because Monique and I started, we might sound like a broken record, okay? So first of all, but second of all, we started doing family dinners where each week one of us makes dinner for the other person because we're in an attempt to save money and have quality time outside of our bookish content, even though we pretty much spend all of our time together. That being said, this week I am actually creating some fun dishes, and one of the dishes is me actually making bread from scratch. And so that's the joke here, because Monique was like, why do you have to make bread? And I was like, I already had it written down, sweetie. While we may seem like we're at odds with each other 99.999% of the time, we actually are on the same wavelength a lot of times.
Just kidding.
In weird ways, okay? So it's all connecting. But anyway, if you're interested in the extra Patreon exclusive content, that tier on our Patreon is the $5.99 tier. So if you want to see videos every week that is patron exclusive content, you guys can join our Patreon and see the chaos there. But moving on from that, of course, Faux Book Club, which is fantasy over everything. That's my sci-fi fantasy book club, my babies, my booze. This month we are reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and it's so exciting. I'm so excited because I like Ali Hazelwood. I know it's an auto-buy author for you, but this is essentially just like a werewolf romance, you know, a little fantasy romance. Like, I'm excited. It's definitely a patron pick. Our book club has like this master list where everybody can just kind of like add their own like sci-fi romance, fantasy romance, and this is one of the picks off of that list. So I'm really excited to get into it. I'm hoping Monique will join us.
It is one of the books I think I said I wanted to read this
year.
It
is.
Oh, yeah.
It definitely is. She's like, oh, yeah.
I didn't realize it was happening so soon.
It
but
is.
I guess that's the point. You read the books when they come out. So I will be joining that possibly.
For maybe one or two. We'll see. So that is what we're doing over on Patreon in our book clubs there. As far as monthly updates for our Patreon content, we'll just keep going on this boat real quick. We are doing a 24-hour readathon on our Patreon this month. It's going to be held at the end of the month. If you guys want to do that with us and you're interested, definitely sign up below. The links are down there. And we obviously always have sprints and fun stuff on our Patreon. So if you don't see it plastered anywhere on the internet, you can always check that out on our page.
It's a fun time over there.
Yeah, it is. The other thing thing that I'm going to be working on next month is my final Battle of the Books round, which is basically going to be 3 books from all of the platforms. If you guys have been keeping up with that series in 2023, the new video, the explainer of like what is going to be the tiebreaker for this round is going to be linked up in the cards if you guys want to check that out. But during this month, I will be reading their picks, and that video will be coming out at the end of the month. So I'm excited to finally see who is going to win in 2023. It's been a long ride. It's been a long journey, but I'm ready.
I'm ready to see the number crunching.
Yeah. I just want to know who's gonna be the winner, you know? And I also really want to know what the book picks are. So I will find that out actually next week, which is super exciting, and I'll start on those books. So yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to read my own TBR, so I guess I'll start with the first book on the list that I own, which is the second book. It's gonna be
You do a romance.
Only Human. It's the first book on this list that I own.
Sylvain
Noelle. I'm out, and that's great.
Noelle.
I'll finish a series, and that's gonna put me in the competition because I haven't finished the series yet.
I mean, I haven't finished the series either. I've just continued the series, which is what I said I was gonna do. So I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Same.
Other than that, I am just gonna try and read off my own TBR. That's always the goal, like Monique said. So I'm hoping to get to one of the books that Monique bought me last month for our patron vlog. We'll see where the wind takes us.
I know. I can't wait to see what patron is going to pick our book.
I know, because I feel like the options are going to be different this month. I've got a few ideas I want to throw in to the pot. So I'm excited to see what our patron picks for us to do.
Y'all, our air is broken, so I feel like we're kind of like... What?
Yeah, it's really... Like, it's not just our air is broken, it's that our heat
won't turn off.
So then So what we mean by that is our heat just continuously
blows hot air,
and it gets hotter and hotter
and
hotter in our house.
To stop it, you have to turn the air on.
Right.
Which isn't actually cooling it because the heat is still on.
Right, it's just curbing.
So it's just like a stop chain. And it's just...
Yeah, you're trying to counteract, like, you know, the heat.
But that means our bill is going to be $1,000.
Yeah, it's going to be even...
And that's just
bigger. Speaking of, that's our landlord.
Wow.
Yeah, so we'll see.
And look at that. You manifest the life you want, guys.
And just like
if you complain to everyone in the internet.
Yeah, if you complain to the internet, something will happen eventually. We're going to be having videos obviously coming out every week this month. So be prepared for that. If you guys want to like, subscribe, comment, or turn on the notification bell, you'll know exactly when those videos are coming out on our channel. Of course, that's the easiest way to support us. We also do have a support tier on our Patreon. So if you want to just support us in that way, feel free to do so. Other than that, we're what?
You said something and it like literally triggered a TikTok sound, one really old one of iCarly when she's like, I actually do cuss a little.
I actually do cuss a little. Really?
I don't
What's
know.
your favorite curse word?
Anyway, it just made me laugh.
I'm sure, like the way that TikTok sounds are ingrained in me to just like say
it just
in
came
whatever
out.
cadence. Yeah.
I just heard it and I was like, I went on the whole thing.
I believe it. So we're always on the internet, everywhere else. All of our links are down below. Check them out if you want. If not, that's also cool too.
I think we have a lot planned.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see how it all turned out.
Yeah, we have a couple of bookish events and like friends coming to visit this month, which is going to be really fun content. A lot of fun, obviously, just to hang out with them in general. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that stuff.
All right, guys. Until next time.
Bye. Bum bum da 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 bum bum da.